I'm not talking hours of meditation or some spiritual performance. I'm talking 5 minutes. 5 minutes a day where you close your eyes and live inside the life you want. 5 minutes where you feel it, speak it, give thanks for it, and that's enough to start changing your wiring. Have you ever remembered something so vividly it made your heart race all over again? Not just a passing thought, but a full body reaction, like the moment you missed your shot or the time someone left and broke something inside of you. You weren't there again, not physically, but your stomach dropped just the same. Your chest tightened like it was yesterday. That's your brain doing what it does best. It doesn't just think, it feels. It reacts to your imagination like it's a fact. And that's the entry point. That's the power nobody teaches you how to use. Because if your mind is already rehearsing pain without you trying, what happens when you give it direction? This isn't about pretending things are perfect. It's about training your system to respond to something better than fear, stress, or regret. Most people I've worked with come in knowing exactly what they don't want. I'm tired of being broke. I'm sick of being single. I hate my job. Okay, cool, but what do you want? That's where the silence usually hits. They've lived inside their problems for so long that they've forgotten to design a future. And if you don't design it, you can't walk toward it. You'll stay stuck, circling the same conversations, repeating the same year 5 times and calling it growth. So let's start from the beginning. What does a good life look like for you? Not your mom's version, not society's highlight reel, yours. Do you want a quiet place in the woods or a loud city skyline? Do you want to wake up slow or hit the ground running? Are you traveling, creating something, raising kids, healing people, helping animals, working solo? Get weirdly specific. Picture your toothbrush in the bathroom drawer. Picture what shoes you wear. Picture the smell of your favorite dinner coming from the kitchen. The more detail, the better. Because this is how we start getting your nervous system on board. Now here's where the shift happens. Once you've got that image in your head, don't just look at it, step into it. When I was prepping to move overseas years ago, fear was loud. My business was new, money felt tight, and it felt risky. But I couldn't shake the feeling that I needed that adventure. So every morning, I did something that honestly felt kind of ridiculous at first. I sat outside with a cup of coffee, opened Google Maps, and dropped that little yellow guy onto the streets of where I wanted to go. Then I'd close my eyes and imagine walking those same streets with real sun on my skin. And over time, it felt real. The fear didn't vanish, but the pull toward that vision got stronger than the fear that held me back. And that's the goal. You don't need to convince yourself. You need to experience it. Mentally, emotionally, physically. The body will follow what the mind believes. You just have to give it something worth believing. Once you've felt that future, you've got to speak it. And not just once, over and over. Your words are instructions to your brain. And for the most of us, the instructions we're giving sound like, I'm not ready. I always mess this up. I'll probably fail again. No wonder we're stuck. You can't build something good with that script playing on loop. I had to learn to interrupt that, literally out loud. I started talking to myself in the car, at home, walking the dog. I'm building something incredible. Clients are coming. This life I want is already unfolding. Little signs, unexpected emails, a sudden burst of motivation to actually take the next step. Because the brain listens. When you change the message, it starts rewiring the actions. So talk about what you want like it's already being delivered. You're not lying to yourself. You're programming the belief that allows the next step to happen. But even with all this, vision, emotion, and self-talk, there's something that still shows up like clockwork. Fear. I know it well. I've let it steal months from me in the past. Decisions I didn't make, opportunities I watched pass by, and I used to think I had to beat it before I could move on. Now I know better. You don't have to get rid of fear. You just have to stop letting it lead. There was a moment right before I made a big business investment. One of those where your bank account gets real quiet afterward and fear screamed at me. What if this is stupid? What if it fails? You're not that kind of person. But I came back to my vision. I pictured my future self confident, grateful, secure. And I said, okay, fear, you can sit in the car, but you're not driving today. And I did it scared. The fear didn't leave, but it didn't stop me either. That's the move. Now let me tell you about a practice that seems small, but changed the way I walk through my days. Gratitude for the future. I used to only say thank you for what already happened. Then I started saying it for what hadn't shown up yet, and something clicked. Thank you for the apartment that feels like home. Thank you for the message from someone who needed my work. Thank you for the version of me that shows up even on tired days. It wasn't fake optimism, it was training my mind to expect good things. When your mind expects good things, it starts making moves that match. You stop self-sabotaging. You speak up more. You email that person. You apply for that job. You hold better boundaries. You take the walk instead of doom scrolling. Gratitude gets your system out of fight or flight and into receive mode. Try it. It doesn't cost you anything. All of this only works if you do it consistently. I'm not talking hours of meditation or some spiritual performance. I'm talking 5 minutes. 5 minutes a day where you close your eyes and live inside the life you want. 5 minutes where you feel it, speak it, give thanks for it, and that's enough to start changing your wiring. You've already been doing this, just in the wrong direction. Worrying about the worst case scenario, that's visualization. Replaying every mistake, that's visualization. Now you just get to choose a better movie. One where you're not stuck in the past, but moving towards something that lights you up. One where you're not just reacting, but creating. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. You just need to get clear, feel it in your bones, speak it like it's real, thank it like it's already here, and then show up again tomorrow. Even if it's just for 5 minutes. Even if your coffee's cold and your confidence is low, you're still showing up. And that matters more than anything. Stay positive, friends.